Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC and this is BLANC TV, and today's video is brought to you by Amino Apps. Now, Amino Apps is a mobile network for all communities of every single interest you could have. There's literally more than 1 million active users on Amino Apps, but the main reason as to why I worked with Amino Apps was because I felt that it would be a great place for the subscribers to really interact with each other and get to know each other. Basically, use Amino Apps to follow any community of any of your interests. For example, for myself, I like a bit of Dragon Ball Super, I'm not gonna lie. I've always liked Dragon Ball since I was a kid. Go.com is another amino that I follow as well. But of course, the main one I do follow is the Chelsea Amino app. Click the search bar right there. Type in Chelsea FC Amino. I press join amino right here, and it takes me to the community hub for this amino. Now with the Amino app, there's actually tons of things you can do here. There's polls and quizzes you can take as well. Plus, and this is the main reason why I wanted to partner with Amino, is the fact that there is a public chat room. So anyone that does obviously follow the Chelsea FC Amino app, you guys can interact with each other. Of course, there is the featured app as well. Basically, you can see everything that people have been posting in the community. But anyway, you guys, there is going to be a link in the description below. So obviously, you guys, if you want to interact with me on Amino Apps, or if you want to interact with other BLANC TV subscribers, this is the best place to do it. Now, a lot of you guys would have seen the title for this video already, so you already know what to expect. In this video, I'm going to be breaking everything down as to what's happened, why things have ended up, how they have ended up, and just really giving you the clearest picture you could possibly imagine. But before I get into this video, I must explain the reason why I haven't been speaking about Sarri these past couple of days. It's been because I have been told some things during the weekend, and the first thing I was told, in fact, was on a Saturday. Now, of course, I was hoping to hear some good news. Unfortunately, I wasn't hearing anything too exciting. And that was the fact that Marina and ADL have been having a lot of issues. Things have become personal, and the negotiations aren't looking very good. Immediately, I just knew to expect the worst, because that's not good news. I'm going to break a few things down before I get into the main part of this video, so just bear with me a bit. Now, in the last Sarri video I did release, I spoke about contract possibilities with Sarri getting himself sacked at Napoli. And I did discuss that if Sarri did try to obviously take Napoli to court to try and get himself sacked, he could be opening himself up to a law case. Still, like, how did this even work? Well, the first thing you guys should realize, and I have been saying, is the fact that Sarri isn't very rich. The guy's first big job was Napoli, and he was only earning about £1.5 million a season. And that's only recently too. Before that, he wasn't earning 1.5 million a year. The only way Sarri would be able to try and obviously get his contract sacked and terminated at Napoli would be if Chelsea did loan him the 1.5 million euros. Of course, they take it back obviously when the deal was concluded. But once that happens, ADL does have a claim, and then he can take them to court. Now, a lawyer did come up from Napoli today and really just said it how it was and was very direct. He said that Sarri is still under the payroll at Napoli, and clubs will still have to negotiate with Napoli if they want to try and sign Sarri. If no new developments come, Napoli will happily pay both the managers. Now, of course, Napoli could afford to do this. What I was speaking about beforehand is that they wouldn't want to, because why waste unnecessary money you don't have to spend? But, and it's fair to say that Napoli and ADL have been forced in a very sticky situation. This isn't something new, this happens all the time. For example, a few years back, Milan actually had 3 managers under the payroll because, of course, Seedorf left, and I think before that it was Inzaghi as well. Even with Ancelotti, I mean, Bayern is still paying him. So this is just a regular thing in football. Now, of course, there's another complication because, of course, the buyout clause period is over. That was last night at 12 AM. That was the deadline. So now we would have to meet Napoli's evaluation. But it does put us in that same place, pay the money and keep it moving. As I've told you guys and stressed so many times, Sarri has already agreed a non-verbal agreement with Chelsea. Chelsea have already agreed to pay Conte a full year's wages. The only thing stalling is this ADL situation. So how exactly has this deal got fucked up? Now, getting into the main part of this video, we've got to discuss the stuff that came up from Sky Sports today. Now, I'm going to be explaining the whole situation and what this actually means and what's happened. Now, yes, the reports from Sky are real, but there is a catch to things. And that catch is Chelsea were the ones, in fact, that leaked it out to Sky Sports. Now, you might be thinking, and of course, a lot of you guys are already smart, You're thinking, but why would they do that? It's not as if Chelsea didn't know of these past misdemeanors beforehand. It's not anything new. Now you guys cast your minds back to Lukaku. Now remember, when it did come out that United obviously just paid the bids that Everton were looking for, then it came out afterwards that we actually matched that price. But when we matched that price, we knew very well that Lukaku wasn't going to be signing for us because he already chose Manchester United at the time. And the only reason why we released that was to save face and don't look like failures. That's the real reason. It's the same thing with Sarri right now. The club know that the deal has fallen through. They're trying to use excuses like it's Sarri's past misdemeanors. That's the reason why Chelsea have turned their attentions away from Sarri and are focusing on other candidates, which is complete bullshit, and I hope all of you guys look past it. Now, I'm going to be addressing the main culprit as to why this deal isn't going to be happening. Now, you know with me, I'm very objective. I don't like to scapegoat, but for this particular situation, this person needs to take every responsibility. And I think a lot of you guys know this already, but that is Marina. Now, it's never been a point that we can't afford Sarri. It's always been a fact that we don't want to spend the money. Marina doesn't want to pay it. Marina doesn't want to meet any of ADL's demands. Now, I was told by the source too that obviously she doesn't even feel entitled to have to pay Napoli anything because, again, remember when it was 4 million then 6 million? Now it's become a case of not even feeling entitled to have to pay Napoli anything. And the reason why obviously she doesn't feel entitled to pay anything is the fact that Napoli already have Ancelotti. Sarri isn't even the head coach anymore. Why is she entitled to pay anything? Now, of course, from a business perspective, she is entitled to that opinion because she is right. But I'm just thinking morally, and we know how sports is different to the business world. As I was told on Saturday, it's become personal between ADL and Marina, and this is why negotiations haven't been going forwards. And as I'm saying, ADL is entitled, he has every right to be like this because why the hell should he be put into any kind of pressure at all when the club have tried to act like scumbags to try and get Sarri for nothing? Of course, two more questions arise. Who the fuck's going to be the next manager? And where does this put Sarri at this moment in time? Now, I'm going to be starting with Sarri first. And as I was saying in the live stream and as I've been feeling, I do feel very sorry for Sarri. It's a scumbag thing that we're doing to try and get him. I've been told that Sarri has done everything possible to try and force through this Chelsea move. He's even taken a pay cut. He's given in to Marina's demands in terms of working and conspiring with her to try and get himself sacked at Napoli. And he's doing that at the risk of obviously going against his former employees and really terminating a lot of good relationships. This shows you just how desperate he is to become the new Chelsea manager. Still, all of this and it's come and backfired on him. As I keep saying, there's a non-existent relationship now between Sarri and ADL. Now, this does make it even worse for Sarri because actually his wife Marina and his son Nikolai do work for Napoli as well. And obviously with the possibility of there being a legal battle, that's only going to put more pressure on Sarri and his family. But it comes at what cost? And then you've got to think, what's really the point? I've said this so many times in the video, Sarri doesn't even have that type of money to have such a big legal battle like that. Napoli has always been a childhood club for Sarri as well. His family are working, as I've been saying now. This puts Sarri in a very, very difficult place. There's a massive possibility that he'll have to put his tail between his legs and try to go back to ADL to try and let him leave, obviously in hopes of finding a new job. Now, of course, ADL doesn't have to give in to any of these terms or demands and he can just say, screw it, I'm going to keep paying you for the year and you'll have nothing. ADL does not have to give in to any of these demands and he could happily just say, screw it, I'm going to keep paying you for the year. But I think most realistically, obviously, he'll wait for the negotiations with Chelsea to die and then he'll get rid of Sarri just to be spiteful towards us, which he is entitled 1,000,000% to do. Sarri was put in this situation by Marina. As I've been saying, did it even have to get to this point where the plan had to be to try and get Sarri to get himself sacked so we pay nothing? It seems unnecessary. Why couldn't we have just gone there from the start saying, you know what, we don't want to pay the buyout clause, but we're willing to negotiate with you and try to get to favourable terms. Now, will Sarri be able to get a top job on the same level as a club like Chelsea's stature? Probably not right now. I mean, the only possibility I see from him is, let's say Mourinho fucks up and United job's available, but then you can imagine United really going in for someone like, Conte. Now, who is the most likely candidate for the job right now? Yes, you guys, it is that guy, Laurent Blanc. I'm going to be going into more videos with him later in the future. Of course, there's some controversies with Laurent Blanc as well, with some of these racial comments he has made in the past in regards to player development in France. Obviously, his thoughts and opinions on black and Arab players as well. And really, for me, it is really annoying because, I've been hard at work a lot, working on a lot of Chelsea and Sarri videos. So many scripts done, so many videos being prepared in advance as well. It's all come to nothing. Again, everything you need to know about Blanc is out there. It's not even an exclusive for me, even though I've heard this for a while. It's not an exclusive. We've already spoken to this guy how many times, so he's always been in the frame. He's just been the last candidate. Now, what does this mean for Marina? Now, she deserves all the criticism she will be receiving. I think it's outrageous that you're going to try and negotiate like this, even though I know it has worked off in the past, but when you're doing this with ADL, I think it's a bit over the top. And it just seems so disgraceful that this insistence every single time to do the cheapest thing, and so far her legacy, she's got all the ownership of the club right now. We've seen the January transfer window, very poor, going for the cheapest targets available, and she's continuing that same methodology with the club managerial appointments, and I've had enough. That's gone too far in my opinion. If you guys want to hear the full scoop on everything Marina, I have released a video already. I did this back in October when Emanalo left. I'm going to link this so you guys can watch it to get the full understanding. Now, is there a possibility that we could still bring in Sarri? There is, but again, it's very minute and small. Honestly, it's not even really worth thinking about at this moment in time, but I'm going to be putting out all the hypotheticals in this video as well. Now, Ancelotti technically hasn't signed the contract to take over as the new Napoli manager, even though he is going to be the new first team coach. So far, ADL is only paying for Sarri. I mean, this works out fine for Ancelotti. I mean, Bayern are still paying him. It's a new month, meaning he's going to get an extra month's wages from Bayern Munich. Now, when Ancelotti does officially sign, there will be some type of complications. Now, De Laurentiis could actually, in fact, still continue to keep paying off Sarri and make it a statement. It's obviously to push away a lot of other clubs to stop them from trying to attempt any of this bullshit that Chelsea have done. Or there's another possibility, in fact, that ADL could be like, you know what, fuck this stress, I just want this deal to be over. And he could just let Sarri leave. Still though, in regards to a potential legal battle, if Sarri wants to take it there, when Ancelotti signs, technically Sarri does have a case in court by stating that he's employed as a first team coach, but Napoli aren't giving him that platform. Now, Sarri technically could win this, but it comes again at what cost? I've been stressing so many times, Sarri isn't very rich. This legal battle would be very expensive and it would take many months. And in the end, it's not even worth it financially. Yes, you do win, but at what cost? But anyway, you guys, just to conclude this video, it brings up some interesting questions. And I think, where does this really leave Chelsea? Now, I'm going to be doing a live stream later tonight with my source and with Joe Tweedy, so you can't afford to miss out on this one. You can finally listen to the plug himself. But the reason as to why I say where does this leave Chelsea is because how are other clubs going to perceive us when it comes to negotiating for other players? Are they going to be more wary, more skeptical? Are they going to enjoy to even negotiate with Marina? Is she starting to develop a bit of a negative reputation as well? Would other clubs have been impressed at what Chelsea were trying to do? I can tell you some bad news already. I've been told in regards to trying to sign Sarri from Nice that we would look to do the same thing of not paying the buyout clause. So you can already see how that could potentially go. It's happened with Lukaku. It's now happened with Sarri. It's not looking very good for Marina in my opinion. But you guys, I'm upset. I'm disappointed that this deal not happening for real. Yeah, honestly, I'm really I'm really not impressed or happy with what's happened with this deal. And of course, we can only cross our fingers. But yeah, you guys, the deal for Sarri is off.